I need to actually be stronger.
Yeah.
I need to be stronger to face Denis.
Do you think you can get there?
I have to think about it. You know, I need to go home because it's hard choice. Look, I love arm wrestling. I want to do it until I die, and I don't want to die anytime soon. So I have a lot to think about.
And I don't want to die anytime soon. I have a lot to think about. Well, guys, if we look through the comment section, we'll see what he's hinting at. Talking about PEDs, performance-enhancing drugs. Some people say that because Denis is Russian, he's taking them. He's taking the steroids. Some people are saying that Devon doesn't take roids. So right here, let's see. Let's say okay, he needs the needles. Devon's natural, can't compete against the steroids. And then some people are saying, well, it's hilarious if you think that Devon is natural. So here's the thing. If we actually go ahead and we look at the fight, I mean, it's night and day comparing the size of the musculature between Devon and Denis. Denis, even his face looks more muscular. You can see Devon's kind of gaunt here toward his chin. He's got some fat on him. Not saying Devon's fat in any way, but the thing about steroids is that they leave some telltale signs. So steroids increase the size of the heart muscle, they increase the bone density, they cause pretty much everything in your body to grow, even the non-skeletal muscle, which is why it's such a health risk, because most of the people of yesteryear who took, I think there's a couple forms of testosterone. There's DHT, dihydrotestosterone, and there's just normal testosterone. And then, of course, there's things like testosterone that are anabolic in nature, like HGH. There's SARMs, which are supposed to basically selective androgen receptor agonists. But in any case, the reason that steroids have telltale signs is because they'll make things like your face get more muscular, even though you're not working out your face. And then, of course, your veins will grow and you'll get more vasculature, even though there's really no way to cause that normally in a kind of rapid or kind of significant fashion. Of course, if you work out, yes, you'll get better veins, but when you take steroids, everything's growing, even stuff that you're not causing to have hypertrophy triggers. There's a famous study where they gave people steroids, and even though they sat on their couch, they gained more muscle than the people who were natural and went to the gym. So that's the power of testosterone, and there are kind of some telltale signs that that Denis is taking a lot more steroids than Devon. Additionally, he's much younger, so he's going to have a higher testosterone level to begin with. But yeah, I mean, listen to Devon again. He's saying,
Don't want to die anytime soon. Hard choice. Look, I love arm wrestling. I want to do it until I die, and I don't want to die anytime soon.
don't want to die anytime soon. I mean, you can't fault the guy. If you watch some of his videos, you'll see him showing off in his garage,
Like this,
or in his home.
It's not going to
So I
cut you
can
because depending
go
on
back. There you go. Here he is in the basement. showing some of the equipment. I mean, he guy lives with his nice wife in Canada. He seems to have a pretty stable life. He's level-headed, and he doesn't want to risk it all just to win arm wrestling tournaments or matches. And I think it's respectable, whether you believe that Devon's taking roids or not. He's clearly saying, like, I am not willing to take the level that might be necessary to get the strength that Dennis has. So you get this kind of divide in sports, and that's that. Yes, roids are used by most of everyone, even in sports where there's testing, because you can get around it with certain substances. But in arm wrestling, there's no testing, which means that anyone could take roids at their leisure. But there's still that element of how much does this person want to risk their future for the present. You know, you could get anyone and give them copious amounts of steroids, and for the most part, they could get as big as Eddie Hall or Brian Shaw or just just any of the top guys. But they may not be around in 5 years because they've taken too much. So of course you need genetics, and you'll need some level of these PEDs, the gear, to get to some level where they are, without killing yourself. That's the element. That's the key. Without killing yourself. So for different people, they'll have different risk tendencies, and they'll have different trade-offs they're willing to take. And Devon's not willing to take the same trade-offs that Dennis might. In fact, I mean, nobody really knows how much roids Dennis is taking. But if he is indeed really taking these roids to a limit, it's going to hurt his kidneys, it's going to hurt his liver, and it's going to enlarge his heart and other things. So he's going to end up paying for it if he really is on more roids than other people in the sport. So there's not this binary element of, who's on roids and who's not. It's really how much roids are they on, and how much are they going to be paying for essentially putting all their weight on the present rather than their future. So it's an interesting thing that Devon talks about it, and it's an important element in all sports. Let's just take a look at. So what do you guys think? Is Devon on roids? Is Dennis on? Oh, we clearly know that. Who's taking more? Is Dennis really taking a lot more roids than anyone else in the sport? How much is genetic? How much is the roids? Do you think Devon could gain that amount of strength without risking his health? Is Devon going to gonna risk his health and start taking a lot more volume of roids, a lot more dose of roids? What do you guys think? Does the sport need a rehaul? Does arm wrestling need to start testing? What do you guys think? Because in my opinion, it's entertaining to watch genetic or drug-induced freaks, but it's not, the sport isn't fair if someone could risk their life, right, for 5 years of wins, whereas someone else who wants to, have a family and do things later in life can't take that jump, can't take that risk. So they're left in the shadow. Obviously, arm wrestling isn't all about strength, but as we saw here with the Dennis versus Devon match, something like 20-30% strength, doesn't matter what technique you have, the other guy is just going to crush you. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch you later. Church of Thought out.